Get ready to fly. Flight 527 ready for departure. Get ready to fly.
I said to myself, I set up the thing, I set up everything, and I said I'll record, but now we're gonna do it like this. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen, and this is a bittersweet pill to swallow. The Winnipeg Jets lose 6-4 to the Toronto Maple Leafs in Winnipeg, but you might not have known it because of a couple factors. One, the crowd was only 60-40% supporting the Winnipeg Jets, with a lot of vocal support coming from the Toronto Maple Leafs in the building tonight, as the crowd would show you in many of the clips that we're gonna show. That being said, also, too, the Leafs were wearing black jerseys. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know the away team could be like, oh, yeah, we're wearing alternates. Like, what? No, that's new to me. But anyway, nonetheless, let's get into this game. This game is tough, honestly, but I'm not actually as disappointed as I thought I would be. I'm frustrated for sure because this game was so close, and the Leafs have had our number for the last few years. I know I've covered every goddamn game for it. Even the aforementioned Logan Stanley game. But anyway, let's go into it. Honestly, first off, the Leafs open the scoring here to make a 1-0 reaction here. John Tavares on the doorstep scores. I didn't like the defense all night. I'm going to say that right now. But the whole team was bad. The first period is the worst period the Winnipeg Jets have played in the entire season. And I don't think it's even close. They get outshot 16-5. They end up giving up the second goal on a brutal giveaway to William Nylander. Reaction here. Bang. And just like that, we're at 2-0 already. And it's like, what the hell are we doing here? Now, I will say this. There was one bright spot, and which has been continued to be a bright spot for the Winnipeg Jets: special teams. A weakness last year has turned into a strength this year. Davis Payne and Dean Chenoweth have done wonders for the penalty kill and the power play. Penalty kill was clicking and defusing chances. They were giving up shots, but to hold Austin Matthews to 0 goals is not an easy feat, especially when he's on the power play. The power play would get clicking, which we'll talk about in a bit. But to end the first, the Jets are down 2-0. Here's Carter's thoughts on the game.
And this is how you fucking carry on. Come on! Yeah!
Good morning, afternoon, and
My turn, jackass! Sweet! Get the fuck out of here!
What a stop by
Jets drop 6-4 to the Toronto Maple Leafs after a historic winning streak for the Jets. Best start to the regular season they've ever had. It will end at 8 games, doesn't quite get to 9. And thoughts on this game? First off, worst period that we've played all year. That first period was abysmal. And it's one of those things where the fact that we even made this a 1-goal game minus the empty netter is a miracle. As, like, seriously, that first period was just horrible. Just tons of giveaways. He gave up 18 shots in one period. That's just really, really bad. Logan Stanley with 2 bad penalties. Seriously, I do not understand why Hayden Fleury is not playing instead of Stanley. I can't stand him. And then all in all, I was glad to see some pushback from the Jets. That was nice, being able to see them get and make this a close game. But pretty much, I think almost every goal we had was when we had a man advantage in some way, whether that was a power play or a delayed penalty or an empty net. So we got to be able to get more even strength goals and opportunities. But at the end of the day, can't win them all. And just hope that the Jets are able to not fall into a slide and can, just kind of brush it off, get back on the horse and keep going. So that was my thoughts. So back to Zach.
Great stuff. So, second period, I'm like, all right, this is a regroup, it's a reset, it's a, oh no. This is a bad play, and I think this is the one where Hellebuck just gets trucked by his own defender. Nothing he can do on that, and it's practically an open net for, I believe, Matthew Nyes. Makes it 3-0. Leafs are rolling. The Jets leave Morgan Riley wide open. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Like that, it is 4-0. And this game, now, this is something I want to mention. This could have been the game. This could have been the game right here. The Leafs could have just milked a 4-0 lead to the end of the game, probably tacked on one more along the way. The Jets don't quit, though, and that's something that I really want to stress a lot in this video. Because if we're going to focus on the negatives, like, oh no, they lost. Yeah, guess what? They lost one game. They are 8-1. The Leafs, for example, have lost 4 games. They're 5-4-1 in a dogfight in their division, with pretty much every team in their division like in parity mode, being 5-4-1 or 5-4. The Jets are 8-1, and they lost one game by 1 goal and an empty netter, which is like a goal and a half, after going down 4-0. I am not upset about that. That being said, there are things that need adjusting. For one, 5-on-5 needs to be figured out. My God. Fortunately, the Jets get a power play, and Kyle Connor roofs it to make it 4-1 reaction here.
Yes! Let's go! Let's fucking go! There it is!
Kyle Connor, not to outdo himself, gets another power play goal to make it 4-2 reaction here.
Play.
And the Jets have put some momentum together. And then the puck bounces off the backboards. And who's right there? Max Pacioretty. And he swipes at it. I don't know if Tavares gets the last touch on this one or it's Pacioretty. I think it's Tavares because I think this is his second goal of the game. To get past Hellebuck to make it 5-2 reaction here.
Oh, watch the bounce!
Now that's the end of the second. Also, too, worth noting, the Jets were not throwing any hits until after they're down 4-0. Why are you being timid? Like, that's the thing. The Jets did not stick to their game plan. Their top line was brutal. They were making unforced errors, and they were not being strong on the puck. And they weren't being hard on the forecheck. And when you're not strong on the puck, hard on the forecheck, or finishing your checks at all, you're not going to be in the offensive zone that time. And they weren't. Hellebuck did okay. He did okay. I don't like the first goal because I think he kind of just lets this, he lets this meander a little too far for my liking. I don't like the fifth goal because he doesn't really pick it up great. But other than that, I think the other three are okay. Morgan Riley's is a bullet. Nylander's off the post. And on the third goal, he gets trucked. That being said, we go into the second intermission. What time is it?
Moose Watch!
Moose Watch. The Moose have split the series at home. I believe it was with Rockford Icehawks. It's either that or the Grand Rapids Griffins. One of the two. They split the series 1-1. DeVincentis had like Milic lost obviously in his game. We talked about that the other day. DeVincentis won, and he had over 30 save performance and got one of the 3 stars of the day. The Moose won 3-1. Honestly, good stuff. Dylan Anhorn scored his first professional goal. Also, Colby Barlow starting to settle in with the Oshawa Generals, which is a big thing to see. Connor Levis has added to his total. Jacob Julian's been a little bit of a more quiet, had a more quiet season. Hasn't, however, has been Kieran Walton, who has really started to step up with the Sudbury Wolves, which I'm excited about that. Honestly, all the CHLers that the Jets have in their system, I'm really intrigued to see how that goes. But yeah, here are the highlights.
Going to get the puck again, and now he has time to start moving forward. Looks over his shoulder, sees his team changing, but he'll skate in. Drops for Anhorn, who's up in the rush. His shot, and he scores! Dylan Anhorn! His first AHL goal comes shorthanded, and the Moose have a 1-0 lead. Fourth with Tony Nato. It winds up with Chibrikov, and now up top, Salamonson. Left side, Lambert. One-timer, he scores! Brad Lambert muscles it past. And it's 2-1 Moose. Players tied up in the slot as it comes back to Fitzgerald. His pass stripped away, and here goes CJ Cease. And on the break, Cease to the forehand. He scores! CJ Cease, his second in as many games. And it's 3-1.
3-1 win. Cease gets the exclamation mark, and we go to the third period. The third period is where the Jets keep the pressure going, but it's a little delayed. They get this goal by Mark Scheifele to cut into the lead, to make it 5-3 on a delayed penalty reaction here.
Give it back. They're giving. They need it back.
And then with the net empty, they give it to Kyle Connor. Now, originally, this is Kyle Connor's hat-trick goal. However, they do end up crediting it to Gabe Velarde, which makes me think he shot it and he just hit Gabe Velarde and went in. Either way, way too much time in front of the net for Kyle Connor. He buries it to make it 5-4 reaction here.
Oh! Kyle Connor! Hat-trick goal! We got time now! We got time!
And then they pull the goal again, but they wait so long. And this is something that I haven't touched on, but I need to. Logan Stanley, Neil Pionk had terrible games. Dylan Sandberg didn't have a good game either. And a lot of people didn't have good games. The only guys that whose game I thought was semi-competent, I'll get to the 3 stars for that. And I think I kind of have to begrudgingly give one to Kyle Connor because of his performance tonight. He got 4 points. But overall, I wasn't really impressed with a lot of people, and I think the line matching wasn't good either. I think once they abandoned the line matching, they realized that the results were a lot better in their favor. They were overthinking their problems, and they weren't getting results from it. John Tavares will end up icing this game with a hat-trick goal reaction here. And the Jets are stuck thinking on what if, and it's a 6-4 win for the Toronto Maple Leafs as they improve to 5-4-1. The Winnipeg Jets drop to 8-1-0, and they're going to look to try to rebound against Detroit in Detroit on Wednesday night. It's a tough one. 3 stars of the game. We're going to quickly do that. First star, Kyle Connor. Second star, Morgan Barron. Third star is going to be Josh Morrissey. Honorable mention. Maybe Adam Lowry, but again, that line wasn't throwing hits until their backs were up against the wall, and that's tough to do then, honestly. Good on the Leafs. They played a really good game, and honestly, an extremely impressive first period for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I I don't like giving them credit, and I was getting feisty up in the stands. Like, if you think I'm bad when we win, I am toxic when we lose. I read Anthony Stolar's The Riot Act. Somebody slandered Hellebuck, and I said, how many Vezinas does Stolarz have? Think of it with my bravado. How many Jennings? How many playoff wins? And someone's like, well, he's new to the team. Is he new to living? Because he's been around. But yeah, tough loss for the Winnipeg Jets. Hope they rebound in Detroit. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. I know it's tough to tune into losses, but they do happen. They are a part of life. Sometimes you can't always win. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you have a wonderful night. Halloween's I can still wish you guys a happy Halloween coming up, so that's good. Thanks so much for watching. Sorry I'm not a tooth today. I'm just me, shaved. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Nikolai Ehlers chips it through, gets around, and he shoots and scores!